Hi, this is my first video on YouTube and was really nervous about doing it, so I am using the text tool Talk to do this review. A review that really needs doing, as I think this book is one of the best I have read in so many years. The Big Light by Michael Wisbach. I was lucky to get a copy which is ready for pre-order on Amazon, Waterstones, and Barnes & Noble with the release date of the 21st of August, 2025. The book was a fantastic and pleasant change to other novels out there. A novel that had me thinking long after I had completed it. A pure joy, and I can't escape the notion that it is not too far-fetched in what has been written. I highly recommend a read of The Big Light to anyone who is a fan of dark humor, a fan of Black Mirror, and is looking for something new and exciting. I can truly see this being a short series on Netflix or Prime. I would definitely watch that. And I will certainly be reading The Big Light again and possibly again after that. So it is a collection of short stories. Beginning with Sam, an intellectual who is bored of theory, infiltrates a crime gang headed by Swan, a man burdened by guilt over the death of his younger brother. And with an estranged father re-entering his life and a wedding approaching, he seeks redemption and peace. Instead, finds an oddly comforting solace in chaos. Ben, a struggling writer working at a car parts store doubling as a drug front, is suddenly kidnapped, mistaken for someone else, by none other than Swan. The strange encounter sparks something in him, a new angle for his writing. A chance meeting with Sam and housemate B deepens this shift. Unbeknownst to him, Sam's father could be his long-awaited path for recognition. Meanwhile, private investigator Dale Lander, haunted by the unsolved murder of his daughter, begins seeing a pattern in missing child cases. However, Tabby Yenter hires him elsewhere to investigate a media CEO, whom she suspects is involved in the theft of a VHS tape and research documents belonging to the disgraced Professor Ziegler, the scientist responsible for resurrecting her and 5 others. A second chance, but with a catch. As Ziegler faces extortion and threat of criminal prosecution, he begins manipulating the experiment's outcome, knowing the only escape is the kill switch at the chime of a city clock. Meanwhile, the cost of living is affecting Jerry Fenn, an ex-con living in a cold inner-city flat. Sorting through documents left by his partner Zoe's deceased father, David Lewin, he finds a strange diagram, a tin can, a cigarette, scattered jargon, and cryptic equations. Zoe had brushed it off as one of her father's science class experiments. But when Jerry notices the same business card taped to page 38 is the same he had seen in jail, he decides to investigate the company. A shadowy investment firm, funding bizarre concepts. This inspires a disturbing idea: put criminals into a furnace, use their energy to heat low-income housing and care homes. Crime goes down, communities benefit. In another corner of the city, journalist Frankie Lowe investigates the afterlife venture. A costly swindle promising paradise after death, run by the elusive con artist Clive Henderson. Frankie discovers his associate's dad, John Holland, a once-respected lawyer, has fallen for the scheme. Meanwhile, investor Simon Picard is losing sleep and grip on reality. The only option he has left: murder. So, as he awaits his associate, who is always late, Frankie is watching the elderly man opposite, unaware it is the deceased John Holland, yet somehow very much alive, and with a story to tell. Now, the bright light flashes once again at random into the eyes of the man in a shed as he lies in a coma. Found crumpled in a ditch by a dog walker, mistaken for someone else, he now spends his days in a hospital bed, listening to reruns on the TV in the corner as well as having regular earworm. His desire for most things fading fast, and as he drifts through memories of chestnut hair, tinned curry, stolen toilet paper, and cheap weed, there is little left to look forward to. Except the regular and welcoming injection given by the quiet nurse. Opening his mind to visions, ideas, so vivid, surreal, and absurd, but never too far-fetched. Gangsters named after birds, a PI haunted by the past, the man in a shed is putting the world to rights, one that is strangely justified. The big light weaves together dark humor, crime, absurdity, regret, science, and dark futurism to form a portrait of a city sliding toward collapse. With echoes of Black Mirror, Sin City, and Killing Them Softly, this is a collection about human error and the eerie glow of a society lit by its own contradictions, revealing dark, absurd tales where reality warps and society unravels. Thanks for sticking around and hope you enjoy the book as much as I did. Stay breezy.